Pues venga. Caso resuelto.
¿Y estás en Fontaine?
Sí, sí. ¿Por?
Y el... No, por si... Por si quieres cambiarle el elemento de prota.
No, no, porque entonces tengo que subir a los talentos.
Ah, vale.
Así que no. O sea, no, aquí lo tengo. Mira. 9, 11, 11. Si le cambio el elemento, los talentos se van a tomar por culo. Y me toca otra vez empezar a subirlo. Así que hace aquí no.
Vale, vale, solo te digo. ¿Qué hace este niño aquí solo?
¿Del sótano?
No, uno que se ve pequeño, Kujirai.
Ay, mira. Agüita. Bueno, estoy refrescando mis partes.
Eh,
Ay, mi cafecito.
hotel... Ah, vale, gracias.
Y pollos. Pues venga. A ver. ¿Le toca hacer ahora?
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Pues sí, mira. Está jugando a las tropas. ¡Ah! Con el mando moviéndolo. Ah, la pelota. Se fue a la puta. Ah, parece entretenido y eso, pero bueno.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Ooh, everything looks so good.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone.
You, sure have your own way of doing. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have...
Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more. Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that the...
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are...
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person...
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the...
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking!
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times, which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them.
Seems Paimon thought things were simple.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this
Ahora que me
business,
acuerdo.
right?
Sí, sí. Ay, dale. ¿Qué gemelos? Ah, sí, bueno, el mago, el arquero y la otra, sí. Claro. Sí. A ver, todos están. A ver, yo he hecho la misión. Sí, sí.
Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended.
I see. So, your primary objective? I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite...
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine.
Well, would you consider some more...
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas.
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax, and I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't...
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand... I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as...
That might work, but that's not really the
valid point. I overlooked that part. All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusation she had near...
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make sense. Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron...
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon.
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Is that so? Huh. Well, if we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore. Nah, that would be so... normal.
Okay. As for expense...
Hey, Navia! What...
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again.
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di... In any case, I wish you smooth sailing.
See ya!
Vale. Ve a la plaza de las fuentes. Llámete. Yes. Está adentro. Digo, no, era así, ¿no?
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing? Ugh. That's kinda spooky.
Vache? Vache.
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water. Huh? Hang on. Hey, Traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Vache, are you my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache?
Me está hablando una
Do you know where my
oceanidad.
love is?
Sí.
¿Qué cojones?
Wait. Who am I? My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I seen? Yes, that is what I was once. But I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim. I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure.
¿Me
loved
estás
exploring
diciendo que
places
están
of
convirtiéndolas en oceánidas? Bueno, amigo, anda. Es una pregunta retórica.
peril. No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me. But now, we can no longer go back. No! Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on.
Pobrecita.
That is the only thing I still remember. Perhaps that is so, as I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness. If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth. Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of relief. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety. I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think. Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
Yo no sé, es curioso. ¿Qué coño? Una cinemática. ¿Qué está pasando?
now! Look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand? Quick, now's our chance!
Claro que sí, o sea, nosotros necesitamos no sé cuántos combos por matar a uno de ellos, ¿no?
A ver que no.
El poder del guión.
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you...
I followed you.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust.
Do not speak of my father!
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Chlorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I will...
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd been...
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances, your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm sure... And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the... I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal...
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating, no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Chlorand. But if you get...
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten to...
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Chlorand was being
I know, I just... She's...
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us! Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Chlorand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. As such, we're still partners.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account...
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off.
Huh? Really?
Yes. All thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
How did that?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said, that the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky. Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if...
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Yes. So if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak.
Huh. Really?
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here as quickly as I could.
What? Why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their... Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. He said that he heard that. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too. But it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the part? Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
New intel?
Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh, that is important. Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been... Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue... Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still part. And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Trav?
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases. We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
I guess I'm finally on the right path.
Una birra. Un whisky. Cortito.
Ugh.
¿Sabes quién dice eso?
Just say what you mean. No problem.
Tres reinos.
Sí. A la chapa peja.
Man,
Están llamando.
te están llamando a ti.
A mí no me engañes, tú eres malo. Puto.
¿Por qué? Ah. Yo pensé que lo decías a mí. Claro.
¿Y aquí quién atiende?
Por la noche no atienden, no atenderá a nadie.
Ya, pero está abierta. ¿Está la tienda todo el día abierto?
Doy
Ah,
fe.
¿este que vende? Jugo fermentado.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's Let's continue track.
Am I imagining things?
So, this is your base?
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently...
Well, our funds have been a little tight. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support...
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years...
Your father... He was the previous
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partner, my father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful. In this 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend...
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop, but strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new... However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend... If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Demoiselle, please. If there is anything I can do...
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet All it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our...
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, what
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was...
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that... Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you could...
Miss Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but see, there was only ever one choice.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I...
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have...
Afterward, Miss Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety. Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right. Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end. Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah. Paimon's feet.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly. Whether it be responsibility for Spina di Rosula or Master Callus's death, this won't do. I must become strong.
Paimon slept so well, huh? Navia?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina di Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back, but never mind that. When did you get back? Were you...
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some...
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical new...
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just...
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Does
that mean we're too late, though?
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost and that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files, if the Oceanette you met, is one of the young women who went missing recently.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we? Aren't you coming along?
No, it's nothing. Let's go...
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
¿Y qué? ¿Tú cómo vas?
Pues bien.
The palais is right up ahead. Come on.
¡Un furro! Una furra. ¿Qué?
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters. Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Nervalet's files are...
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can tell. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is Justin.
Thanks so much.
Please come in.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be.
So you're not mad at us?
We're looking for a man called Vache. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find...
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment.
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much.
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man.
And what are you trying to say? Miss, are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the... You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed... In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel?
Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die? Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you... Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows my apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Navia, are you okay?
I'm fine. Rain. It's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was...
what is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the... That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water and then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad.
I really think I found a true genius for a part. All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my...
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by... Great, let's go then.
Whoa, what a huge ship!
There's no need to be so surprised. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we... A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious... Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself...
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all.
Ya.
I'm just saying, if you light a fire, you're gonna get burned.
Maloose, we're back!
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings...
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if you still remember, right, Maloose?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call imposters.
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth. At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial...
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret. And the man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work. At that night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun.
Huh? How did that happen?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time.
No, tampoco.
Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some cop, but considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider. You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figure...
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. I think this third person is probably the key to the full truth. On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning.
Uf, por fin.
¿Qué pasa?
Nada, que no podía, que no me salía a hacer una cosa hasta que me ha salido. Joder.
¿El del Genshin?
Sí, 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 sí.
Que por cierto, estaba leyendo un post, ¿vale?
Sí,
Aquí pone la cantidad de máximos jugadores, o sea, sobre el Genshin, ¿vale?
sí.
Pone que donde más jugadores se llegó a alcanzar fue, atención, te va a sorprender, Sumeru.
Y eso no.
Pone la media de jugadores mensuales de Genshin eran de entre 4 y 5, o sea, eran de entre 2 y 4 millones. Cuando llegó Inazuma se llegó a alcanzar los 5 millones. Tras la salida de Sumeru, casi se dobló a 8 millones.
Qué guay.
Pero claro, eso fue la llegada de Sumeru, que yo creo que había mucha gente esperando.
Ya.
El problema, que aquí es donde va, también fue la caída más grande de jugadores. Y es que
Por lo grande que es.
durante los parches de Sumeru se llegó a bajar a 2,8 millones. Que pone que aquí se pone que es la caída más grande desde el comienzo de Genshin con el parche de... Bueno, con lo de Monster City. Y aquí pone que entre los motivos es Dendro se introdujo demasiado tarde en el juego. La
¿El qué?
misión Dendro.
Ah, el elemento, vale.
Sí, sí. O sea que como que llegó tarde el plan de este. Pero había mucha gente
Claro.
esperando y ya... otro de los motivos pone la misión de Arconte de Sumeru era demasiado larga. La misión de... Está clarísimo. La misión de Ananara era demasiado larga. Tras esto llegó el parche de El desierto de Sumeru, que fue bastante decepcionante, muy desértico. Además, se llegó a alargar el parche a 3,8. O sea que, como que lo aumentaron, o sea, como que estiraron demasiado el chicle.
Ya. Por eso no he aprendido. Mira Natlan, lo pequeño que es.
Ya.
Entre comillas, de comparado con otras.
Aquí pone que el máximo histórico de Genshin son en 2 puntos. Uno data de finales del 2000 2021, ¿eso qué parche era?
Ni idea.
Genshin 2021, noviembre. Fue un parche de Inazuma. Podría ser la de Kazu cuando se enfrenta. Podría ser. Ahí se
Puede
llegó a
ser.
alcanzar una media de 16 millones de jugadores. Eso es muchísimo, ¿eh? Pero está en segundo lugar. El primer puesto es de 17 millones en febrero de 2024. O sea, de este año. Febrero 4 Genshin. ¿Qué salió ahí? A ver. La versión 4.4. Ah,
¿Es que?
pues esta.
Ah, la de gaming. Mm. Básicamente, ¿no?
Sí, sí,
No
nosotros
salió
pedimos ahí.
gaming.
Sí, sí, nosotros hicimos eso. No sé si lo sabía.
Sí. Que por cierto, la tía que salía ahí detrás,
Sí.
con gafas, que dicen que va bien con gaming. Pero es legendaria, claro.
Mira. ¿Lo ves?
Sí,
4.4. Mira, ¿lo ves la portadita? Ah,
sí,
espera,
sí, sí.
te la pongo más grande. Mira. O sea, nosotros hicimos el evento este. Este. ¿Te acuerdas? Lo de las cometas.
Sí.
Este. Que luego se ponía a bailar y todo eso.
Eh,
Y este no me acuerdo de qué era. Que mira, o sea,
no
aquí lo
sé.
tengo todo ordenado. Mira, mira qué bonito se ve. Espérate. Eh, aquí. A ver, las más antiguas, pues bueno.
A ver,
Cochillas.
pero se ven también bien.
Ah, pero mira, ¿ves? Lo tengo todo. Subtítulos, ¿sabes?
Madre mía.
Esta ni tiene portada, pero bueno. Mira, aquí ya empezaría por así decir. Portadita.
Sumer.
Ya, ¿dónde está? Espérate, mira, lo de lo del jardín onírico.
Mm.
Se me muchas horas.
A ver, yo creo que la empecé. No sé, es que no me acuerdo si la empecé o la. No sé.
Mira,
Está muy borroso.
mira.
¿El qué? Ah, Cino.
Lo de escaramucha. Y ya. O sea, esto ya es mira, reciente. ¿Qué iba a mirar yo? A ver aquí cómo se me escucha hablar. O
Vale,
sea,
lo que iba a decir. Hay que subir los talentos, o sea, se nota muchísimo.
No
Fíjate, yo tengo
escucho.
los talentos al máximo, de la
horrible.
mayoría de las personas que estoy usando ahora. Talentos al máximo, talentos al máximo. Talentos
Bueno,
casi al máximo, me falta aquí.
a ver, bueno, pero que. Y
Talentos casi al
escucharte.
máximo también. Talentos al
Escuch-
máximo, talentos casi al
Bueno,
máximo, talentos
vale,
al
ya, para.
máximo, talentos al máximo.
¿Quién?
Tú que pares, tú quieres, o sea, que pares el vídeo. Pero, o sea, que te querías escuchar de que se ha cambiado tu voz, no cambia nada.
Mm. Pero se acabó muy rápido, ¿no?
Y ahora estoy centrándome en este. Cuando termine con este, 20. Cuando termine con este,
No, a
Jin.
ver,
Cuando
rápido,
termine con
rápido,
esta,
no.
bueno, ya está al máximo.
Ugh,
Luego voy por esta, etcétera. Así hasta que llegue a Bennett. Cuando llegue a Bennett, ya debería tenido
Hostia.
desde Bennett hasta Kazu todos los talentos, o al 8 o al 9, según la subida que
ugh.
tenga del personaje. Y voy a por otro. En
Em,
plan, me toca Razor. Talentos al máximo. Me toca Klee. Talentos al máximo. Así voy a hacerlo.
ugh. Que hay una
Let's finish
cosa.
this quickly.
¿Sabes qué? Bueno, ¿te acuerdas que te dije que Genshin, aparte de. O sea, los lloverse. Aparte de Genshin, tiene otros 2 juegos más.
¿Sí?
Vale. En el último que sacaron, que se llama Ceros, no sé qué, Cero.
Ajá.
Repeat after me.
Si te sale una dupe de un personaje,
1.
la puedes equipar
Our
y cuando la
opponent is
equipes,
insidious
cuando
and
la equipas,
cruel.
puedes
They are
activarla o
extremely
desactivarla.
difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his
Pero ¿por
life
qué me
trying to
cuentas
bring
un
them to
juego que no vamos a
justice.
tocar?
A ver, te lo cuento primero porque he visto a Bennett, me he acordado lo de la puta dupe que se ve ahí todo el
Ah,
rato que no puedes activar
ya.
y me he acordado de eso.
Tendrían que sacar una cosa de que te diga eliminar dupeñas.
No, que la puedes activar, pero como el juego este, que puedes activarla, pero la puedes quitar. O sea, que como
¿Y para qué
inhabilitarla.
quieres hacer eso? Si pasaría lo mismo. Si la dan habilitar, pasaría.
No, porque la tienes activada, pero simplemente la puedes quitar. O sea, la puedes para que no se. No te lías todo el rato, porque estoy viendo ahí todo el rato el dibujito y me.
2.
Pero bueno, da igual.
No, ahora en serio.
Eso, yo se me ha quitado.
A mí que sea de espada, no sé, llevamos como.
She kind of looks like Raiden
Mm.
Shogun, but she has all those arms?
Yeah, and that super
Que
massive
estamos viendo un
katana.
evento.
Pero venga, que le estoy atacando yo solo. No se vale y no se ve así.
¿Qué pasa? ¿No puedes tú?
A ver, sí, pero me congelo.
Ves tú y rompe eso. Yo no puedo, estoy con el este.
Vale.
Es como dicen, me congelo y yo en plan, pilla, que a mí que me cuenta. ¿Qué quieren que haga? Si te congelas, pues estás congelado.
¿Te ha dado?
Sí.
Vale. Qué puto.
Qué tiempo.
Y luego pobre Neko que se quedó sin.
Como si está imbuida en chocolate.
Sí, señora.
Marco, tú no
como
opines.
coño se llamara.
Ah, que la quería.
Yo opino si me da la gana, también te digo.
Vamos a ver, esta tartablilla
Acuérdate
barato y ya
que
está.
Lo que se hacía el meme ese, de que ponían el banner de la señora, pero.
Sí, con una tumba.
No,
Ceniza.
con cenizas.
Ay, mira, era nivel 15 de aventura timidilla.
Madre mía. Por un mañana sin lágrimas.
Hostia. Durito, ¿no? Vaya equipo.
A ver.
¿Cuándo sí micrófono? Ah, todo aquí no voy a escucharme.
Pues sería por las mañanas.
Aquí costándome un huevo vencer. Bueno, de esto creo que ni le puedo vencer.
No, mira, porque te ha matado a.
Es tristísimo.
Y se nota que estabas empezando.
Ah,
Porque
¿has
estabas
reclamado?
intentando romper eso con
¿Has reclamado?
espadas.
Ah, sí. Mañana son 100.
Sí, vamos.
Vale, sí, pero la cuestión es, si la quiero llevar en mi grupo, ¿a quién coño quito?
¿Eso lo has dicho tú de ahora o tú de antes?
Yo, lo de las espadas lo he dicho ahora, yo.
Eso depende de ti.
¿Pero qué pasa? ¿Que lo he dicho también o qué?
Ya, es que no sé a quién quitar.
¿Por qué estás murmurando?
No estoy murmurando.
En el juego, o sea, en el directo, en el vídeo.
Ay, yo qué sé, yo que pensé que está, yo qué sé.
Escucha, ¿cómo
vas a preguntar lo que estaba pasando?
O sea, pero no te oyes.
He activado la ulti, o sea, para
A ver, sí, porque pensaba que porque
cuando-
pensaba
Pero
que
no pasó.
que habías parado
vale.
y
Ah, vale.
qué asco.
No lo sabía eso.
¿En serio?
En serio.
Así es como, por ejemplo, a Venti lo puedes utilizar para que tú no salgas volando, sino los enemigos. Lo mantienes
Mierda.
pulsado y apunta hacia donde quieres hacerlo volar. Ellos vuelan y tú puedes empezar a dispararle.
Ah, que es cuando me salió a 20 y a ti no te salió.
Vale, el teletransporte.
Ya,
que te follen.
Pero no tiene que
Encima.
esperar a lo de... a que se cargue el... ¿sabes? Es el...
Mierda, equipo llevaba.
Como lo del aire, que tienes que...
Un cayendo
para que haga más daño
L.
tienes que
Tú
cargarlo.
tenías Assassin's
Y
Creed
eso
20.
simplemente lo pega y ya está.
Qué injusto.
Ah, mira, un cofre. Ay, no.
YouTube caca.
Eh,
Oye, quiero reproducir vídeo. Hostia, mira el personaje que llevaba. Era free to play.
a ver.
Ay, me queda un pizco.
qué asco.
Sí. ¿Eso lo has dicho tú ahora?
No, lo del pizco es del
¿Serio?
vídeo.
¿Un pisco?
Bueno, pizco no. A ver. Tengo 1850. Me queda poquito.
Qué asco de
Supongo.
1850.
Ya es cuando te salió a... Ahí te salió a Chokyuu ya.
Es que, o sea, Electro. Y entonces, ¿qué sería? Que me...
Aquí estoy haciendo la misma.
No, que no sabía si te iba a llegar.
Sí, sí.
Ajá,
Mezclando los
mezclando el
diablos.
azul, qué caca.
Vale, vale, ya está mejorado, pero es eso. Ahora, por ejemplo. Se acabó, no aguanto más.
¿Qué
Ahí lo
pasa?
ahí lo tienes, japonés. Es que no para de hablar, tío. No para de hablar. Que se calle. Que se calle.
Pero... ah. O sea, la Poimon.
No, no, el tío, el chico que llevo. Que
Ah,
está
vale.
hablando todo el rato.
El chico que llevo, no sé ni cómo se llama.
No sé qué coño dice. Que se calle.
No,
A
el
ver.
mío también está hablando.
A ver, por ejemplo, ¿qué?
Qué puta mierda llevo, qué caca.
Nada, pero que te llamen para que sí.
Básicamente.
Madre mía, ya empiezas, ¿sabes? Estoy con 20, ya estáis tardando.
No es mi culpa.
¿Ves? ¿Ves?
Porque tengo esta vida. No sé.
Yo es que cada vez que uso una ulti me ponen vida, o sea que no me preocupo de la vida. Yo ahí con Vanes pegando básico. Qué lamentable.
Que te pongas al tuyo de hielo al otro y vayas intercambiando, ¿sabes?
No, no, no. Tiene que haber una forma de subir arriba. Ponte a 20, anda, ya hace eso aquí.
No hace falta.
¿Cómo has hecho eso?
Mira, por el palo ese.
Soy un mono.
No sé yo si con ese palo vas a llegar. No, no, no. A ver, mira, anda, hijo. Te pones por aquí y subes ahí.
Me cago en tu nación por mirarte. Hostia.
Aquí. No, no, pero por el palo, por el palo. Y, bueno, saltas sin...
Vale, ahora ya he llegado antes.
Porque
Mira,
te estaba
otra cosa.
enseñando. Pero que yo no quiero... Es que te pone las alas, coño.
¿Cómo se...? Ahí sí que te ríes como
No
el de,
te rías
como
que-
el de
pero
Inazuma
sí.
Eleven.
No.
Sí.
Cambia de personaje, que eso es muy grande.
Qué vergüenza ajena.
No, es que no, no. O sea, he llegado y... Bueno, hay algo ahí arriba, paso de...
Pero es que me vas a tener que ayudar.
¿Por qué?
Ah, vale, no, he llegado, he llegado. Sí, hay un DC de tierra. Vale. A ver si hay algo más aquí.
Vale, anda por culo.
No, no me deja.
Sí,
Vale,
pero
entonces
igualmente
no
no
hay nada más.
puede. Creo que ahí no
¿Dónde
sabíamos cómo
estás?
iba.
¿Has subido
las
arriba?
cosas.
Sí, estoy arriba.
Ya, bueno. El último vídeo que veía, supongo.
A ver, ¿aquí qué hacíamos? Ah, el sonido un poco desfasado, ¿no? Maravilloso
What
es.
exactly is striking a pose? I
¿Qué conocido han ido? No, ya tenía mal. Joder, qué largo se me va a hacer el banner, todavía quedan 15 días.
Ya.
Se me va a hacer muy largo. En fin, la vida es dura.
Como mi pollo.
Pero mira, por lo menos son recuerdos que tenemos, ¿sabes lo que quiero decir?
Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, there is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and...
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was... What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect... Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly? I've never accepted that. Ever. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears...
So you do know something else, Malus?
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Sin. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, Demoiselle...
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare... And the serial disappearances case cost him 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all...
Right, so nobody would be able to get off.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful were still...
So he chose to die in silence.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now? Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, but thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. Malus, what was the key evidence?
It's the location where synth is produced. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share. But if you want to use it against the enemy...
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storm?
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization. There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to the worst case would be that we leave empty-handed.
Then, in that Why not work with the Fontaine Authority?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have...
That's true. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected synth with—
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Malou.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the... I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time...
Thank you for all of that, Malus.
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina. When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep... If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, the first is Florent, Spina de Rosula's senior advisor.
Huh? Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also, thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, there's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. The boss helped it to grow. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but not...
So, they're like a sister organization?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting, it's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own...
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between... Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still... Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities...
I see. These are all people who I can... To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry.
Of course. And thank you, Malus.
You're too kind, my lady. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would all... After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the... If it might help, you could also pay them a visit.
Aw, thank you so much, Malus.
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work together to uncover the truth. And...
Whoever the murderer was, this is why would we the poor and they would take who? That doesn't seem likely that anyone could. Here we go again, trying to crack an impossible case.
Se nota que han bajado un poco las temperaturas.
Imagine that people could really
¿Qué?
turn into war.
Que se nota que han bajado un poquito las temperaturas.
¿Cómo será allí?
O sea, quiere decir, no, porque está haciendo calor, vamos. Quiere decir.
Ah, que han subido, dirá.
Eso, que me he equivocado. Que parece que estaba así como fresquitillo. Ni fresquitillo, que se estaba bien. Y ahora como que noto, no sé.
Eso, les he gastado en vez de septiembre. Y todavía hace un calor que no... Voy a por agua, ahora vengo, puta.
Vale, puto.
Mm.